bike. Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Uh, we're here at the illustrious Team DNF workshop, and we're getting ready to go for a ride tomorrow. Today is Sunday and tomorrow's Monday. It's unusual for us to do a Monday ride that we're going to video, but we needed to set back and do this ride this time of the year while the weather's the way it is right now. So anyhow, what I want to do today is introduce you to our new bike. And yeah, that's it back there behind me, with El Diablo. Now, El Diablo is still going to be my mainstay bike, and we're going to be doing a lot more stuff with El Diablo, but we're also going to be doing some stuff with the new bike. Now, I'm sure you all knew my intentions were to, once I sold the Triumph, to turn around and buy a 2023 green Honda CT 125 and then make it into the ultimate off-road CT with 165cc big bore kit in it. But then Honda, for some reason, decided they wanted to put the DAX engine in their 2023 models. And thankfully, we've got 2 new members in our group that have a 2023 DAX engine CT 125. And we're experimenting with them, but we're finding out that it's not going to be a simple go down to our local hop-up shop and buy a big bore kit for it, because as of right now there are no big bore kits advertised here in Thailand for it. And there's some people in the US that say, yep, you know, you can put this one in, it'll work. But we're not going to sit back and spend that kind of money for something and then find out, just like we do with the front sprockets on the CT 125 2023 model, they don't work, they don't fit. Okay, so anyhow, we're gonna sit back and show y'all our new bike. Yeah, that's it, just right there on the other side of El Diablo, and it's under the wraps. But hey, let's not wait any longer. Okay, let's plop that thing out and take a look at it. I'm pretty sure none of you expected a Yamaha. But yeah, that's a Yamaha WR 155R, and we've done a few things to it, and I'll explain those here in a little bit, but I just wanted you to take a look at it and see. This bike is going to run head to head with that bike right there, and I think you guys are going to be a little bit surprised at how they turn out. Isn't she pretty? Welcome to the Bull, and you'll understand one of these days why we're naming it the Bull. Right now the bike's pretty stock. It's got stock suspension, stock gearing in it. The seat stock. We did change the handlebars to Renthal handlebars. The tires are stock. We did put a Moto X pipe on it, and we put a skid plate on it, and we put Renthal handlebars on it. So, oh, and we put an SKA air filter in it. And pretty much the rest of it's stock. And the reason we did that was I needed to do what I call creature comforts for the bike. I needed to be able to sit back and make it to where it fit me correctly. And when I first got it, it was way too tall. I'm a short little fat guy, so I couldn't touch the ground flat-footed, and I wanted to do that. So I put a lowering linkage on it to lower it down 2 inches, raise the front forks up into the triple clamps by 30 millimeters or centimeters or whatever, you know, this much. So I had to do that so I could touch the ground correctly. And, you know, don't laugh at it, because Ricky Carmichael had all of his factory bikes lowered so he could touch the ground. So anyhow, folks, that's our machine. It is a beauty. Oh yeah, I did one other thing. It did not come with an aluminum swing arm on it. I put that on there too. And the reason being, knew the bike was somewhere around 290 pounds, and we saved 10 pounds with the pipe and the swing arm. So we're right around 280 pounds, and I don't think I'm going to be able to lower that any. So anyhow, folks, that's the new bike. And no, it's not going to replace this. This is the bike that I still will do a lot of my videos on, and this may be included in them. And tomorrow's video is going to take that WR up into Hell's Trails with Robert, and we're going to see just how well it does, which will decide whether or not I need to do anything to the gearing on it, and some of the future plans that we have for that bike. So anyhow, stay tuned. Okay folks, we knew several months ago that I was going to be buying a new bike as soon as I sold my Triumph. Well, late January I sold the Triumph, and on February 14th the wife and I and Daniel went to the Yamaha shop and bought the little WR 155R. And the reason I went with that bike over, say, the CRF 150L or the KLX 150BH, I think, or BR or whatever it is, at the time was I had done some checking up on them. The Yamaha had more horsepower, more torque, better fuel economy, fuel injected, water cooled, and it appeared to me that I could get more stuff to do what I wanted to with it, to make it into the bike that I wanted. And the bike that I wanted was I wanted a bike that I could ride to and from the trails, and then tackle some of the stuff that we couldn't do with the Honda CT. Now, that doesn't mean that we're not going to run these head to head, because we are. We're going to find out just how good that Honda CT 143 El Diablo is when we run it head to head against this little bike back here behind me. And I'm going to do it in three phases, okay? Phase one is pretty much stock, but I've got to set back and make the bike fit me. For one, the bike is too tall, and being a short fat guy, I got to lower it. So that is one of the things that I did with this bike. And we're going to walk over here and look at all the stuff I did. Now, like I said, I needed to lower the bike, and right here is how I did it, was with these brackets right here. Not the linkage, but these two brackets right here. The reason being is I couldn't find the linkage at the time I wanted to do this, and I found the linkage after I'd already bought those and done that. Now, besides dropping it 2 inches down here, I also raised the front forks up into the triple clamps 30 millimeters. So that's this much, as you can see the way I did it right there. That right there got the seat height where I could actually stand pretty close to flat foot, barefoot on this bike, or with my Crocs on. But I have a pair of riding boots that gives me another inch height on it, and now I can set completely flat foot while sitting on the seat. And it makes it to where I can ride and dab if I have to with a full foot instead of trying to do it tippy toe. Another thing that I bought and did for the bike was I put a chain guard on it. Now, I ordered a black one and it ended up coming in blue, but that's just the way it is, I guess. So it was something I was going to keep no matter what, okay, because I definitely wanted the chain guide on the bike. Another thing was to set the controls up. For me, I did not like the stock bars that were on there, so I went ahead and got a set of Renthal fat bars. Now, to do that, I also had to buy the Renthal fat bar brackets for it, which were a little fun to put on, but you know, I got them put on. And then I wanted a set of hand guards on this because I broke this little finger right here riding with Sam up in beyond the mud bogs when I hit a tree. And up until then, I had never hit anything hard enough and fast enough here to do any damage to my bones, but evidently I'm getting a lot more brittle. So I bought some Circa Acerbis hand guards. Okay, now these Acerbis hand guards, as you can guess, are Chinese knockoffs, but they've got the metal ring all the way out to here, and then with a bracket that I could actually make fit where I didn't have to cut off a piece of my controls. And that was something that I needed to be able to have, and they're sturdy. And the thing is, I'm not going to sit back and say go buy these if you're in Thailand, because I'll guarantee they're going to be Chinese knockoffs. But the price also dictates that they're a lot cheaper than a Acerbis, so I went ahead and put those on. Now, I did buy a set of the fold down mirrors for this bike. I put them on, and I put them on before I lowered before I did the modification to the foot peg, which meant my bike stood up about that much taller because I'd already lowered it. Now, what that did was I was walking by the bike and I just bumped this handlebar, and it was setting just like it is. I just bumped this handlebar and it was just sitting here just like it is. And on the other side of it, I had it over there at my shop. I had several bags of cow manure that we use for our orchard, and it just tipped the bike over. And I mean, it just went over like this, and it snapped that foldable plastic mirror in half. So I took them off and threw them in the trash. In other words, they were, again, some Chinese knockoff crap. And if you've ever seen what they have, you'll notice that the entire bracket system on it is made out of plastic. uses metal studs to go into the clamps on your handlebars, and then it has a metal bolt through the hinge part to fold it down, and that's all the metal that's in it. Then you got your glass mirror encased in plastic, so everything else on that thing is plastic. So if you fall over with it before you have a chance to bend them down, you're going to break one. So I chunked them. The next thing I really had to have on the bike was a skid plate, because the bike doesn't come with one. And that's, I mean, you're talking an enduro bike. That's what the bike sells for, as an enduro bike, and it doesn't have a skid plate on it. So I bought a skid plate to put on it. And trying to lose some of this 290 pounds of weight in here, I put an aluminum swing arm on it, and put a Moto X pipe on it. Those two items saved me 10 pounds. So basically the bike weighs 295 dry. So doing that, I basically have now a 285 pound dry bike, which is extremely heavy, but it doesn't feel heavy when you're riding it. Okay, it's when you fall over and you got to pick it up. So it's not that bad, but it's not near as bad as my Triumph, which was 450 pounds. So besides those little items right there, I've installed a pull rope or pull strap on the front forks on this bike. And if you've ever seen some of the stuff that we ride in here in Thailand, you would have one of those on your bike too. Now, we don't have them on the CT for the simple fact that we have the rack on the front, which is basically like grabbing a handle to pull on it, so we didn't need that. I don't put a strap on the back, and the reason being is I have a rack on it because I didn't have any way to carry my camera equipment, except for in my backpack, and that caused a problem with my chest mount, camera mount, because then my camera sat right here and all I saw was this right here. So now I've moved my camera mounts to the mouthpiece on two of my helmets. The other two helmets I can't wear if I'm going to ride this bike and expect to film any of it, because my chest part just sits down too low. So did that. Also, I wanted to put an air breather on it, very similar to what I have on the CT, which was an SKA. Just so happens I found them and I put it on. And what they are is they're a filter that you can set back and clean, and I'm just by washing them. Okay, you wash it, dry it off, spray a little air filter oil on it, and stick them back on there. Okay, and you don't have to keep paying however much it is for a new one every time you need to change or clean your air filter. So I did that. So the big thing I did that took some time to do was I put this system right here on the back of my bike, and what I mean by that is the tail light, the license plate bracket, and the turn signals. And if you looked at the picture of the bike when we first showed it to you, it had a tail light or a fender that came down to here with the bracket back here for your license plate, and all your light system was setting about right here. And what that did was, for one, a lot of it was just plastic, and it was just waiting to get broken. It had metal up in the part that set back up underneath here, and this one is all metal. Okay, it's not something that's going to be broken real easily, and this piece is plastic, but that's going to get changed to a metal piece, and it works really good. It's out of my way. You can see it when you're coming up from behind it, because I did put the turn signals out here. There are a set of turn signals, believe it or not, that are incorporated on the outside of this part right here. So this part will flash along with this when you're turning right, and this part along with this will flash when you're turning left. Okay, and the whole thing sets up or lights up when you hit the brakes. So now we're going to talk about the bad stuff on this bike, besides the extreme weight that it has. If you notice right here, it has no Kickstarter, and that worries me even now. It's electric start, but what if you're down in a bottom area and your battery goes dead? Okay, you're screwed. Unless you can get another battery for it real quick, or if you can somehow have a buddy of yours help you push it back up the hill a little bit so you can bump start it coming down, you're screwed. But folks, that's the end of phase one. I'm not going to do anything else to it now until we start doing head-to-head competitions with the bikes in our group. In other words, the Gecko, El Diablo, the Tank, those bikes. We're going to be doing head-to-heads with this WR. So we're going to see just how good the CTs really are with the 143cc engine compared to 155cc engine on the WR, which is an even heavier bike, and it's kind of tall. It's a full-size bike, just like that CRF 300 that Sam rode with us. So I think it's a fair comparison. So anyhow, that's what this video is all about. I hope you enjoyed it, and here's a little bit of footage of when we went in to buy it at the Honda or Yamaha dealership. So folks, I'll get y'all later. Next video is going to be this bike going on a trip with Robert up into the mountains. And it was supposed to be just a nice easy trail or pavement ride up there to break the bike in. I only had 15 kilometers on it when we did this, but then the trail that he thought was going to be easy turned into a nightmare. And man, I tell you what, that's the it's been a long time since I've ridden in that kind of really nasty terrain. And we made it out, but we swore we're not ever going back. So anyhow, enjoy this footage coming up, and hey, we'll see you on the next video. Okay, one more thing that I had to do to the bike was, because I lowered it down, I had to cut off the cap off, or the end off of the kickstand, and then go ahead and take this much of it off and then weld it back together, just so it would set without wanting to tip over, because when I bumped it before I did that to the kickstand, it tipped over so easy, it's not funny. So now it's nice and sturdy. And some of the good things about this bike is it comes with a 428 O-ring chain. The gearing on it seems to be pretty good. I may end up changing that, but that won't be until phase 3. Right now it's pretty much done in phase 1. Phase 2 is something that I've already started acquiring the parts for, and that's going to be suspension. I'm going to be putting Öhlins rear shock on it and an Öhlins front fork kit in it. Once I get those done, we're going to go out and set those suspension units up for my way of riding the bike, and I think I can get it to where it's fairly smooth. Then we'll start on phase 3, and phase 3 is going to be the engine mods. And all we're going to do is we're going to take the bike to a shop, the same shop that we bought the exhaust system from and the skid plate from, and they're going to put me a 185 big bore kit in it, give me a new ECU unit and remap it, and to give me more power. It's going to have a camshaft in it, and then they're going to dyno it. So we're going to have dyno specs off of it. But with 185 cc's, it's going to be able to turn a decent size rear tire on it. And hopefully by then, I've got stock tires on it worn down enough to where I'm going to put a set of either Michelin or V-rubber full knobs front and rear. And then the bike's going to be done. I'm going to ride the piss out of it. So anyhow, you guys watch what's coming up next, and our next video is going to be this bike actually running on trails. So adios. Today is Tuesday, February 14th. And it's my anniversary with my wife, 8 years. And just to top it all off, we're at the motorcycle dealership, and we're buying a new motorcycle today. So hey, you might be a little surprised what we're gonna get, because this is not a Honda dealership. Oh, look at this. Oh, is that sweet or what?
Sweet, but isn't it too tall for you?
Oh, hell no. Look at this, see?
Alright,
What do you think? Oh, I don't want something like that. Plenty.
Same guy.
Same guy?
Same guy. I like this one better, Eddie.
Honey, I just sold something like that.
I know it looks better. Where is it?
Yeah, it's over here to the right.
Oh, that one. Oh, this is new.
Yeah, brand new.
Oh. Isn't it too tall for you, Eddie?
No, honey, it's not. I was right, Daniel. There was another black one in here.
That wasn't there yesterday.
Oh, okay.
I like the monster emblem on it.
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna put the Red Bull on there.
Just got here. This one just got here.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it just came yesterday. I don't know.
Oh, that's kind of neat.
You need to try it first. Make sure the engine is okay.
It's brand new. It's
I
got a
know.
1-year warranty.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Huh?
I love it.
I do
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Badass.
Will you get one too? Then
I think
can
you
buy
should.
together. Oh. อันนี้ค่ะ
Swaddy Cup, good to see you. This is the new owner.
My name's Eddie.
ค่ะ
This is my wife. My wife, Fawn.
เนี่ยน้องเขาจะซื้อคัน
เจ้า
เจ้าอ่ะ
แม่ละค่ะ แต่ว่าเปิดมาพอแล้วค่ะพี่
อ๋อ
ที่ขออุกกับเขาอุกกับปีกอ่ะแต่ว่า
I'm the worker.
นี่แดเนียลประสานเนี่ยน้องอันจะซื้อแล้วน้องป้าสตางค์พร้อม
เจ้า
ละ
เจ้า
เอาอย่างพองหลักฐานบัตรประชาชน
ว่าประชาชนค่ะปีก
โอเคอย่างเดียวเนาะ
เจ้า
แล้วเดี๋ยวน้องส่งได้ก่อน
ได้
เพราะ
ค่ะ
วันนี้พี่เอารถยนต์มา
ปีเพิ่งส่งวันนี้หรือว่าวันไหน
จ่ายวันนี้ส่งวันนี้ได้ก่อน
ได้เลย
ไปเอาเป็นของขวัญวัน
So I'm going to let you two do your business.
Well, you got to make sure we can get it delivered today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
They deliver? Okay.
That's huge. Delivery's good.
So what do you like? The black with the funky red on it? Or do you like the blue with the black on it? Or do you like the black with the green on it?
I like the
Or the
black and blue without the green.
or the blue with
โอนมาได้เนาะมือถือเห็นอันมาได้
You see, they got
ตั้งแต่อันอย่างก็
they got 4 of them
That's
sitting
the
here, and the
meow.
one out in the showroom. That's
เขาเอา
5.
ตั้งเอามือถืออันนี้ช้อปปิ้งนี่ใส่แบบ100,000เอาเงินสดเอา
3 of them they haven't serviced yet. This looks like they've already serviced it. Because see, the battery goes right up in
And
here,
the mirrors are on.
and the mirrors are on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the plastic's off of it.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I think it's a sharp looking bike.
You think maybe that'll outdo the Eldorado and the Tank and the Gecko? You think so?
I do, in stock form.
In stock form.
Yeah.
Daniel, we're going to be doing some side-by-side comparisons with these bikes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is nice. Very sleek.
It is.
I love it.
Yeah. And for 108,500
$108,500.
baht, you could get one too.
Yeah.
Caddy would
That's
kill.
just a little bit more expensive than what the CTs are.
Yes, that's just it. It's not very much more
No,
expensive.
no, it isn't.
And the thing is, it's got 16.8 horsepower, okay, versus
9
8.1 or something like that
for us.
for the stock CT. Yeah.
Your wife's in here, honey, in the business office.
Oh, okay.
Good luck. Good luck.
Good.
All right.
Take it easy.
Good luck.
All
I
right.
can't wait to see how it goes.
Yeah, me too. It's gonna be neat. So
doing paperwork and pay the money
tell everybody bye.
bye bye